Welcome back to the One Star Film Podcast, the film review podcast on the Towercast Network by Cinephiles for Cinephiles.
Wow.
I'm cinephiling it up.
Cinephile all over me.
I love cinnamon.
Cinnamon.
Yeah.
We're back, ladies and gentlemen. We're back.
Yes,
if
we
you
are.
didn't tune in last week, we wrapped up our request month, and what a whirlwind.
We're never doing that again. Sorry.
Well, what a ride.
Let us know what you guys thought. We covered a great deal of films. We had some special guests. It was a great time.
Yeah.
Let us know what you think. Let us know what other films we should cover on this podcast. We still have the whole year ahead of us. Very exciting stuff. Now you're done?
No more requests. No, I'm kidding.
No.
No, yeah. Please send them in.
Yeah, thank you
lot-
guys.
all of them.
And before we forget, please make sure to like, subscribe, comment, and share. Thank you guys for what you did
Give us
for
5
us.
stars on Apple Podcasts.
Give us 5 stars on
Yes.
Apple Podcasts. We're working towards something that we're
Tell
going to
your
get
neighbor,
ready.
tell your grandma, tell your dog.
And tell the dog's grandma. Yeah.
Give me the
let's-
crickets. Give me the crickets.
Oh, and
No, let it go a little longer.
yeah. Really let people feel it.
We do want to encourage you guys to do that. We thank you guys for what you did for us on Spotify last year. That was
Yes.
awesome. But we're trying to expand our horizon, so please make sure to subscribe on YouTube, on Apple Podcasts. Give us a 5-star rating, and let us know what you think. Just like comment on there, let people know what you think. I know on
It really helps us out.
on Apple Podcasts, there's a great deal of comments, so you can go in there and comment and tell your thoughts about the podcast. Encourage
Did you
people.
know on Spotify you can leave comments like on YouTube?
Can you now?
I actually didn't.
I didn't know that either. Cool. Do that,
Now
please.
you know.
We want to hear from you.
What?
No, the fact that it's like, do it. Just
Do it, lady.
all of it, all the time.
We, as you may know, you're a cinephile and you're watching this, so I'm sure you know the Oscars are on March 15th. That's only about a month away. And in tradition to the Oscars, we told you guys the announcements for the nominations were made last week. I was up at 6 o'clock in the morning. Were you?
Me too.
Yeah, you were. Me and Austin were like,
So was I.
I got the messages.
I saw them when I woke up.
I read something once.
You read something once. So we are going to be covering the Best Picture nominees in our 20-minute increments in about a month. At the end of this series, if you will, where we talk about all the best
And place your bets on Underdog.
Picture nominees. Yeah, we're going to
That's
talk
insane
about
that you could bet now.
The Secret Agent, Marty Supreme, F1, Frankenstein, One Battle After Another, Bugonia, Train Dreams, Sinners, Hamnet, and Sentimental Value, my personal favorite of the year. I'll say this as well. I was reading on Instagram today, somebody, one of the DMP kids, I think, said he watched F1 and he said, well, good for them that they got a nomination, but if this wins Best Picture, I'll kill myself.
I'll change careers.
Jeez.
So if you feel the same way, let us know. But if you don't, let us know why F1 should be Best Picture.
By the way, the ongoing joke that we've had for Oscars month is for our recap episode, we try to see about the bit of all of us being able to keep a sentence going with all this.
yeah.
This is going to be a hard one.
It is. I forgot about that.
We're
More
really going to
baloney.
Frankenstein these references together, huh?
F1.
You just got to ham it.
Yeah.
All right, let's not. We'll save it for the episode.
In anticipation of the 2026
I'm
Academy
anticipating.
Awards, we're going to be talking about previous Oscar winners this month. That's a tradition we've done on the podcast for quite some time. Each of us picks a respective film in our respective quote-unquote fields. Mine, director, the cinematographer, acting for Castro, editing for Austin, and I think we kind of select one as for Best Picture at the end.
I think we're doing last year's Best Picture winner,
Last year's Best Picture winner? What won last year?
Nora.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude. Yeah, Sean Baker's and Nora. I'm
Yeah.
down.
Porno
Yeah.
one.
Bilal, you better shut up when we watch it this time.
I said, heck yeah.
Damn, he said it with his chest too.
What did I say last? Oh, I remember what happened.
Oh, yeah. We'll talk about it. Anyways, leading up to that, we'll cover these films.
Hey, who do you think is an underdog? Like one that's gonna win that nobody thinks.
For
I
Best
don't think
Picture,
gonna win, but we will.
Sentimental Value, I hope.
I've been hearing a lot about that one.
I think Marty Supreme.
No, but that one's obvious.
Is that was kind of like the contender,
Yeah,
no?
that's the
with
obvious
One
one.
Battle.
Because like one battle's the front runner.
Yeah.
Begonia.
I feel like
Begonia was a shocker to me. For it to get nominated
That's
for
the one
Best
I'm
Picture.
rooting for. I'm
You're
rooting for that
rooting
one.
for Begonia.
I just saw it 3 times. I don't know why.
Whoa!
Yeah.
What? Hold on.
Yeah,
I saw it once and I was like, okay, take a break. Yoda Ghost, I think.
No,
I
By
think
the
3
way,
back-to-back
if there's a
films.
guy up there,
you
I
I've seen it
know,
3
like
times already.
Kinds of Kindness, and then Poor Things. Then he's doing Begonia,
Yeah.
and they all keep getting these noms.
And the reason Begonia,
making
and we'll
a-
talk about it more on the podcast, is just because Ari Aster wrote a script and he's like, hey, I don't have time for this. You want it? And then
Really?
Yorgos just stepped in to direct
You
it.
know,
It's good. It's just,
It is
also,
good. It
talking
is.
about snubs, I'm surprised that what is it called?
The Smashing Machine.
for-
Eddington.
Eddington, yeah, Eddington got snubbed too.
Oh,
That's a really good
wow, I
point.
forgot. That's true.
Yeah, there's some
That one and Smashing Machine.
Smashing
why,
Machine.
Why no love
for
that?
Best Picture. Well, for nothing, right? It didn't
Yeah,
get any.
no.
I think it should have gone for acting.
It didn't get
supporting.
makeup. I think it got makeup.
I
No.
think so.
Yeah, I think it got one or two
Makeup for
nods.
sure.
No, that's not a
But
real
personally,
category.
I think it got snubbed for actor and for supporting actress.
I agree.
You don't think there's just too many right now with Marty Supreme, Begonia,
I don't-
F1?
Oh God, I'm gonna say this. Hot take.
Nope. Mute yourself. Mute yourself.
I don't think Timothy should have gone a nod.
Whoa,
Wow.
whoa! I don't know
Easy.
about that statement.
Easy, fellas.
I've been hearing a lot of people say that Timothée just played himself, and that was something that I kind of felt.
No, I
No,
disagree
but-
completely. I disagree completely.
But I felt that if that is true, I think he was just able to look at an aspect that as an actor he
That's your-
related
that's
to
your actor,
in the
Rick.
character,
Ooh,
and then he just found the maximum of it. And I think that's what
That-
we saw.
And we also
in
saw
that's
his
good.
ass.
That's good.
Huh?
We saw his ass.
no
That's
ass
true.
double.
Yeah, he didn't want
His
somebody
ass.
else's cheeks.
Manny Ruru.
No, I
Manny.
don't think so. I think he did deserve a nod, but I don't think he was playing himself. I think he was because of Timothy's more. I mean, he's equally as charismatic, but he's not as cocky. He's not a cocky dude.
No, but I think it was just. I think that's where
He's a
maybe
little
a
cocky.
lot of us are just seeing the actor and the character find that weird happy marriage where it doesn't look unnatural for him, and it doesn't look like he's playing somebody. completely
That's
different.
unfair. Isn't that an unfair statement for an actor? If you look natural in the role, you might be doing something right.
But like he's saying, finding that little like
The truth in yourself that matches the actor
exactly. So it's
or
not
the
all
character.
you. It's just that little thing that.
Yeah, and he found that attribute. you know?
I don't know. I think Timothy grew. I told you guys, I think for a complete unknown, I was like, he's not there yet. But I think he got there with Marty Supreme.
yeah. I definitely
I
feel
think
that.
he's here. I think he's here and he's going to stay.
Because for Bobby, like I felt that he was playing this like he almost had to be more subdued, more quiet, and
Yeah.
sure for the singing and all that, that's impressive. But those more like toned down aspects, it just felt like he wasn't.
Look who
playing up
directed
to his
Blue de
potential.
Chanel, Rick. But isn't it an unfair statement? Because
I guess we're gonna have to get to that on our actor episode.
we will.
because
We'll talk about it then.
But as far as Carlos,
Blue de
best
Chanel.
There's a Scorsese reference for the day.
Scorsese reference for the day. He directed Blue de Chanel, a commercial for Chanel, but it's fucking badass. And it's a 1 minute like
Oh wow.
dream, crazy fever dream montage of
And
like
he got
Timothy
an
running.
Oscar nom for
No,
it.
he didn't.
Oh.
But he ran around like the streets of New York and the subways and shit, and it was so cool. Go watch
Nice.
it; it's fun. So yeah, let's
Today
get
we're doing-
into today's pick:
for best picture,
Best Picture, Best Director, Best Actor. It won five Academy Awards. This film.
Holy moly.
If we scroll down,
best
right there,
casting.
I didn't even read the director's name.
Best casting? Oh wow.
Nah, best casting just got introduced this year. I'm
Which
curious
is going to be an interesting
Yeah, I was like, what?
conversation. So this film won in 2012. It won the Academy Awards for Best Motion Picture of the Year, Best Performance by an Actor in a Leading Role, Best Performance by an Actress in a Supporting Role, Best Achievement in Directing, and Best Original Screenplay.
Wow.
And they got nominated for 6 more, and they didn't win. But we're going to be talking about
2011's.
2011.
Yeah, it's the year
Michael,
before.
I'm gonna butcher this name so bad. Michael Hazanavicius.
Damn,
That's the name right
Wait,
there.
wait, go scroll up.
that
Scroll up,
hurt me,
so I can
bro.
see his name properly.
Michel
Hazanavicius.
Hazanavicius. Michel Hazanavicius.
Hazanavicius.
We're gonna be talking about his film, The Artist. This is an interesting film. This film was my pick by all intents and purposes. Don't thrash on the low.
If you comment bad things, coming to him.
Yeah, because I'm going
Direct
to
them
also.
to him.
No, but The Artist was one of these films that we talked about doing for the podcast for the longest time. I remember when the Lau and I met.
Longest time.
I
I remember when I first watched it, I told you.
you told me like, dude, The Artist and shit, and I think I might have screened it during the pandemic or something.
Yeah.
And I was like, whoa, yes, The Artist. Holy shit, why is nobody talking about this thing? And it was just something that we obsessed about for the longest time. I was like, great. And I think subconsciously, it might have even informed us doing a silent film trilogy. You know, because I did 3 shorts, all silent films. That was when Delal and I started working together, director to DP.
Michael.
And Castro starred in one of the 3 that we did for the Russo brothers for the Agbo Film Challenge. And it was a great time. It was a great exploration of making a silent film in modern times, and what does that mean, and what does that look like, and this film did it better than anybody, and it's done it better than anybody who's done it in the past 100 years. And it broke records for winning things like Best Picture. It's the first silent film to win Best Picture since Wings in 1927. So like, and Wings is like, if you're a cinephile, you know the shot from Wings of the camera craning through people sitting at tables. And it's like the first time the camera would crane through people and people are like separating and they're having a conversation, but the camera's going straight through them. It's a very popular, famous shot. That's the one.
Oh, yeah,
That's the one.
That's the last one that won?
That's the last one, that last silent film that won Best Picture at the Oscars.
Wow.
And 1927, you know? So it's very interesting what this film is trying to do, and it's trying to incorporate the same format, the same aspect ratio, traditional Academy 35 millimeter film. I mean, it's maintaining its position, and it's a silent film. And we were talking about how, like, similar to musicals, it makes sure you know that within the first 15 minutes. You're walking in, you're stepping into a silent picture. So I remember we were just having this great old conversation, but one of the things that we were exploring now is this film came after 2 films that I think made a big impact talking about the same subject. It's exploring going from silent pictures into talkies, and that's
Babylon.
that era in cinema. So this film is basically covering 1927 to 1932. That's the span of time that this film takes place in. So The Artist, we're going to talk about The Artist, and let's see. I'll start with Castro, and we just go swing around the room.
Let me see.
Where you at? Where you at with The Artist?
I feel like something was missing with this film. Maybe some audio.
Sound.
I didn't introduce everybody in the room, did I?
No, he didn't.
Tough shit.
Well, I guess
Anyway.
introduce him as we go.
Mr. Jean-Eric Castro offering an acting perspective and his rating right now.
My rating for this one, I'll give it. No, you're gonna hate me for this.
Where you at?
I'll probably give it a 7.8.
Wow.
Yeah, like you said, I mean, other films did better than this one, or told the story a little bit better, like Babylon. And I think the actor did great. I think the story is
Yeah.
beautiful.
Jean Dujardin.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna try to say
Did it
that.
blow your mind the way it blew mine that this is the guy, the lawyer from The Wolf of Wall Street, the Swiss lawyer?
Oh, really?
That's him, dude.
Oh, wow.
It blew my mind the
Wow.
first time I realized that.
The guy who, like, they said after the credits, like, oh yeah, after ever got busted, he just went back home the next day.
You're gonna beat me. You're gonna beat me. I know your country. You're gonna beat me. That guy. But he's like the guy that was sleeping with Brad's girl, and he's the guy that like they arrive in Switzerland, and Rugrats like, this is my friend. I met him in college, and he's like,
Yeah.
Lacroix. He says Lacroix. That guy.
Lacroix.
It's that guy. It's so cool. He's just, Wolf of Wall Street. Banker. Rick. Sorry, banker. He's a banker, not a lawyer.
Oh yeah, the guy that's the.
And that guy, this Swiss bank scene. This is him, man. Same dude. He's super suave.
Dang, look at that.
That's the man, right? That's an Academy Award winning actor in the Scorsese picture
And a
there.
pretty darn good dancer.
Pretty damn good.
And then the guy with the toupee.
Rugrat, man. I love that actor. That actor also was in Babylon. He was the AD.
Oh, shit.
The first AD that like loses his shit in the soundstage. Yeah, I think he did incredible. He maybe, what was he up against that year? Do you think Castro as an actor that maybe something else deserved the Academy Award over this man?
Let me see. It's kind of hard to do a silent
Jean-
film
And Express.
and and
12
be
Academy
nominated for.
Awards. Well, while they're pulling that up, Castro, what didn't you like? What did you like? I mean, I feel like the silent
7.8.
era. Yeah, silent era. Like,
No, I mean, this film really does prove that you could tell like an emotional story without dialogue. I mean, you know, it just definitely stands out. One thing I didn't like is, I guess, the beginning, the pacing. I guess that's just me. I'm not a Gen Z guy, but
what was it up against, Rick, for acting? What do you mean? The pacing did it drag for you because it was a silent picture or?
it's because that's what I'm fighting. I don't know if maybe it did drag for me for my style.
Okay.
I think I remember the first time I watched it, and a couple of times after, we're so used to all the elements of modern filmmaking where the lights, the sound, the flashes, that just music alone trying to guide us into the next scene.
Yeah.
It's so not underwhelming, but
you have to rely on it.
You have to rely on it, and we're not used to that, because I remember especially like the first moment when we're going from watching their silent movie on the stage and all that, and then when we go into the main score of the film, that dip slows everything down a lot. Like, I don't know what it is, and I don't think that the music's doing anything wrong.
I think it's the equivalent of like a spaceship, right? Where once you've blasted off and you're in the atmosphere, you have to kill the thrusts, and now you're just like you're pulled back to be like, I'm in space now.
I think you were feeling the same thing, because that's when you said, I think it's giving me the Walter Mitty effect.
Yeah.
And that was before, he puts the cup down. That's when it really started picking up. But before that, it was a little bit slow paced for me.
And again, if you just use the music, which that's all you really have, because I mean, the visuals are there.
Yeah.
But I think also we're not hearing the dialogue, which dialogue usually like gets us from like one beat to the next and one beat to the next, and like especially looking at any of the films we looked at before, and then also we just came off as like Speed Racer, which is just like I look over here and we're in the next moment, then going to The Artist where they're still talking and we still can't hear them, but the music's still supposed to just remind us, it's a happy moment, and we're just sitting in it.
Ironically enough, I think the real star of this film is the sound design. I think the sound design gets you to a place.
I hate to say that, but it's fun.
It's very intentional. It's very strategic, and it gets you to where you need to go for the next moment, for the next beat. I think the sound design did something really special. By the way, Castro, this motherfucker, you tell us, was up against George Clooney for The Descendants, Brad Pitt for Moneyball, Gary Oldman for what is that? Tinker Tailor Soldier.
I do remember that film.
I can't read that. Richie? Bichet? Damien Bichet for A Better Life. He was in Tarantino's film, The Hateful Eight.
Moneyball? That was the same year?
The winner, and the winner was Jean Dujardin.
Nah, I would have given it to Brad Pitt. Moneyball, oh my God. At the end, when he's driving in the truck and he puts his daughter's song, I cried.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think Brad Pitt for sure.
You don't feel like...
I know it's Brad Pitt, Brad Pitt, father Brad Pitt, 100%.
I feel like Clooney and Brad Pitt are those two that, like, it's really hard to see something different. But
and Brad Pitt won
just a general
his first Oscar for
supporting
role.
Inglourious Basterds, and then like, okay, Brad Pitt could act.
But he won for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. That's what he won his Oscar for, a supporting role.
Yeah.
Ironically enough, Brad Pitt would go on to play this same actor's role in Babylon.
Oh shit!
They're fictional actors, but they're based on Douglas Fairbanks, and there's another actor, Douglas Fairbanks, and the one that he's really based on. I forget his name, but they're both playing the same character essentially.
Yeah,
they're based on these real actors from the silent era.
You know, one thing I really didn't like about this film, I think they played it really safe at the end. You guys were like, what, you don't like the dog going to the cop and then the cop?
No, but I
think it was just played too safe.
It's romantic.
I think that's just a motif you would have seen in like older films. I think in older films they wouldn't play it that gritty.
John Gilbert, by the way, was the other actor. That's
a good point.
Yeah,
okay.
I feel like this took me to like when I would watch like a Chaplin film. And Chaplin films, the way that they ramp up problems and then resolve them are, cartoony. But for these silent era pictures, that's what like plays better. If it's them talking about something and resolving a conversation like that, that doesn't do a lot for silent films. But in a silent picture, house on fire, dog runs out, meets up with cop doesn't believe it, and then dog convinces cop by doing a little trick, and then lady tells them, and then they both run, they both get to the building. Like, I feel like all that visually speaks more volumes than if they just had a conversation, or if somebody across heard the fire and all that. I mean, and then again, I think it's playing into the strengths of the medium. The fact that you don't hear anything. You don't hear any of the problems go on. So in a way, this whole fire that's happening, even though to everybody else, you would hear the sounds of the fire roaring, you'd hear commotion outside, you'd see the smoke and all that kind of stuff. In there, like, even though it was just down the street, you're able to convince yourself like, oh yeah, nobody can hear or see this guy who's dying, and then cop comes and shows up and it's like, oh whoa, there is it. Because Chaplin did that a lot. Visual comedy where the jokes didn't make sense in real life. Like him hiding behind a tire. It's like, well, wait, you can look behind the tire and see he's still there.
Right.
But in the movies, it worked perfectly.
But something we're overlooking is that,
especially back in the day,
it's leaning into that. It's leaning into the era of what worked at the time.
Yes.
And what you had to convey in shorts, by the way, because the feature films didn't really come into play till much later, or what we consider feature films now, long form films. The other thing to consider is, and I think that's the strength versus the weakness in this film, is it has its strengths there, but I completely agree, Gaston. I think it plays it safe versus something like Babylon that's in the same era, covering the same subject, but it's
a lot grittier.
Well, forget grittier. It's depicting the time accurately in pre-code Hollywood.
Mm-hmm.
Pre-code Hollywood is different, man. It's just so different.
No, yeah.
The films that were coming out in pre-Hays Code, post-Hays Code, then you have your Chaplins and there's silent pictures and there's talkies, but they're safe. I mean, they're safe. They're covered. So there's something to be said about that, I think. But 7.8.
Yeah. Another thing about the acting, I'm trying to think why it won.
Oh, wow.
Usually in silent films, you have to over-exaggerate. I don't think he overdid it. I think...
You think he found
his
the balance?
timing, yeah, the balance was... And then talking about, transitioning, I think he played it just right.
Yeah.
He didn't overplay it. He wasn't over physical, but he was just enough with like the comedy or the drama, like timing was perfect. I think that's why.
Funky part about that though is that he's not, I know it sounds meta, but he's not playing a character. He's playing a human being.
For sure. Oh, yeah.
Right?
Ooh,
where in a picture, in a silent picture, you're playing a character. Chaplin has to over exaggerate the tramp versus playing Chaplin.
That's good.
That's interesting. I didn't think about that. That's yeah.
Yeah.
I dig
So yeah, 7.8.
Who else is in the room, Carlos?
Yo, mama. Next question.
Go away, ma.
Where's the meatloaf?
Where's Meatloaf? Mr. Young, our fellow man. He's just the man in the building.
Am I a man today, or
You're a man.
Or is he a Muppet?
Is he a Muppet? Ooh.
what the fuck is that from?
The Muppet movie.
I've never seen it.
You've never seen the Muppet movie?
I've never seen the
Great.
Muppet
I've never seen it.
You never heard about the Muffin Man?
What?
Or am
The
I?
Muffin Man?
Offering an editing and producing perspective, Mr. Austin Young. What are we doing? What is this?
I'm switching.
You're also commenting on the
Make
film.
sure we're
What's
switching
your
good on
rating?
the ones and twos.
Carlos always gets
On the 3s and the 4s, and
Threes
the
and the
5s and the
4s.
6 and the 7s
4, 5, 6.
and the 8s. We technically have 8 different shots to cut.
Some show tunes.
Really?
I
because
watched-
of bonus.
Yeah. Like watch.
bonus.
I'm gonna do this for everybody watching. Like there's 1, then there's 2,
I
then
don't know
there's
what we're
3,
switching.
then there's 4,
Yeah.
there's 5,
They could be 6.
there's 6,
Yeah.
there's
7.
7, and then
I
there's
don't
8.
I don't
Eight,
think
no.
there's 7 or 8.
There is 8.
And for the podcasting atmosphere, we just stayed on 1.
Sit down over there.
When you watch
Somewhere.
this, you're gonna see I did cut to 8 different
Cool,
things.
dope. I'm excited
And when
to
you
see it.
hear this, 1.
Mr. Young, your rating.
Back to back.
For this film,
No, for fucking
Muppet movie.
Muppet movie.
3. Give it a 3, even though I've never seen it.
Am I a Muppet?
Am I a Muppet?
Dude, you're going to have this guy have an aneurysm, bro.
Oh, what now?
An aneurysm.
You're going to give him an anorexia in about 5 seconds if you keep talking that way.
No, Gosh doesn't go get a how'd you say it?
Of a shaman.
A spaghetti.
They're going to cut his dick off.
They're gonna tie his tubes
You gonna cry in the car.
for the artist.
For the artist.
I'm sorry, buddy.
I'm sorry, buddy, but his score's coming up. And he wanted me to send that apology
It's
to
because
you.
I feel like yes, this is Carlos's pick, but indirectly it's yours because you convinced him last night to do this.
Even during the movie, he was like, I'm God.
For
man.
the
This is-
listeners, I usually do this. I pick 3 films
And then none
and
of
I
us
say
tell him
I'm
anything.
cool with any of them. You guys pick whichever one you want to cover most.
Midnight Cowboy.
And it was like Midnight Cowboy, this, or The Apartment. Billy Wilder's The Apartment.
Oh, no way.
You didn't fucking read the messages. You could have picked.
Apartment? Oh,
Bro, you could have picked. And
Damn,
you
that-
guys decided not to respond to my message.
I
So,
Because
responded.
I hate picking when it's not mine.
so we were like, well, The Artist would be interesting to I was like, yeah, that's all right, cool, I'm down.
It's
the
'cause-
reason I picked this, we always ask this. The reason I picked this is because I think it's a good kickoff to talk about the Oscars, about a film that's about making films. Like, I thought it
Okay.
was just apt for what we're covering this month. So,
yeah.
I thought it was cool.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
Yeah.
don't give him all the,
So yes,
Hatred.
apologize to Carlos for your rating. Don't look at me because this isn't my pick, and when it's my pick, you can apologize.
Look into your camera and say that.
Am I a Muppet?
All right, rating.
Where you at?
Rick, where you at?
Now, where you at?
I'm right here.
Come on. 6.
6.9.
I'm gonna have an asparagus right now.
Like as a snack? Or?
No, like the brain one.
6.9.
Pretty sure that's how you say it. No, an aneurysm? No?
Aneurysm with
Aneurysm. Vasectomy.
Asparagus.
Cinema mama.
Rick's like, what the fuck am I doing here? I could be with my kids right now.
So what's up, Austin? What's good? What's good? Give me
What's
lay it
the
thick,
good
slick.
Other things people would say in the 1920s.
I know.
Lay it thick, slick.
I've seen this done way better in like 2 different films.
Mm-hmm.
Here.
And one of them from like, what is it, the 70s, 60s?
60s.
One of them, yes, a little more recent, but the other one from the 60s and Singing in the Rain.
Oh.
Yeah.
Babylon being the other one.
1952.
5'2", baby.
Is it? There's 62.
Good
I can
morning.
see.
Good morning.
Good
We
morning.
wrapped the whole night through.
Good
Good morning.
morning.
Good morning to you and you and you.
you and you. Good morning. Good morning.
All
The
right,
light did not
Rick.
agree.
All right.
But yeah, 6.9.
Let's go.
It's honestly just that. Like,
That's
seen
right.
it done better.
Dope. Mr. Ricky Rodriguez. Whatever you're seeing in the mini screen inside your actual screen is what Ricky's controlling.
Yep.
You know what's funny? I never set up the screen for back here,
What's
but they
shaking
can
and
see
baking?
it in the shot though.
What's shaking and baking, Ricky?
Like they can see the screen in the
Oh,
shot, but I
that's
never.
fine. So Rick,
I think I'm more in agreement with Castro. I think 7.5 is pretty good.
7.5?
That's actually being kind of generous. I think it landed, but it didn't land everywhere. Given that it's Best Picture
winner.
yeah, the stakes are higher, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to see why.
I'm curious. We know Babylon got snubbed from fucking everything under the sun. Singing in the Rain, did it win Best Picture the year it came out? I think it might have gotten snubbed too.
Nah.
It's legendary now, man, but back then it was kind of just like another
From
run
the
of the mill
get-go,
film.
it was a hit.
Mama was a hit from the get go.
What gecko?
11 wins.
Including
Best actor in supporting role. Best music scoring of a musical picture.
no, but that Academy Awards it only won 2.
Yeah, that's the ones I was reading.
Yeah, but you said 11 wins.
Yeah, 11 wins in general.
11 wins for nominations.
It didn't win Best Picture. That's my point. So these two didn't win Best Picture, but the artist won Best Picture. And then, Rick's right. That's an interesting perspective.
Pishikaka.
Pishikaka, 7.5.
Kakapoop.
Any other thoughts there, Rick Moranis?
No, there's not much to it. Like, it was fun to
Ghostbusters.
watch.
Into the mic, sir, please.
It was fun to watch. It was had some good spots. I don't think the acting was superb. I don't think the story was superb. There were some really cool spots though, but nothing too special.
What would, as a director, Rick, what would you have changed?
I mean, I'm not an Academy Award winning director, but anybody can kind of look at it.
Anybody can direct. He's gonna say.
That's the truth.
Anybody can direct.
No,
Remy.
like genuinely, what would you have done different for it?
No, it's very small things. I think making things more clear. Given the way that it ended, like I didn't know he had an affinity for dancing. I know they connected for dancing, and then all of a sudden it pops up, and
That's
his
a good
future.
one.
Making
That
it
is
sound
true.
like I'm gonna
Really.
dance.
Yeah.
And you just gotta love the scene where he's telling himself you were stupid, and then proceeds to make the stupidest mistake of his entire just
Burn all
burning
his
his
films.
legacy, almost killing himself. If it wasn't for his Wonder Dog, he would have been dead.
Wonder Dog.
It's
Save the cat moment. Save the
Yeah.
human moment.
that's why everybody loves the dog, but yeah, it's just little things that I didn't connect.
I dig it.
But there's a lot of things you can really, really respect. Though we talked about, how it was a silent film, talking about the silent film era, how it brought sound in the
Yeah.
in the nightmare
They had
scene.
that going for sure.
Yeah, but it wasn't anything ridiculous.
They're all crying in the inside. Both of these guys.
It's all right.
No.
They'll learn. They'll learn.
Yeah, they'll learn.
I think this one over here is. I keep.
I was
cutting
gonna say
on
I
it
was
'cause it
gonna
looks
go
so sad.
next to be like that way. The
Fine.
Lau can give us perspective, but then that makes it seem like we're outing the man. So you go next, and then I'll give my perspective here.
Damn it.
Delao,
So
you know,
Delao,
7.5.
Why
we're
this
all going to
crap?
be quiet.
For
We're going to
Rick.
give you 5 minutes to make a pitch for this film.
Yeah.
Or if it changed your mind,
In a world with no legs, one man stands for justice.
I'm going to leave the camera. I'm taking my hands off the switcher. It's just
Oh,
you and
God.
the camera.
If you
Okay.
change
Mike
my
and-
mind,
Mike
I'll
and a
kiss a
mic.
dude.
Mic to mic.
Mic to mic.
Okay. Hear me out. The Artist, 2011. It's a different era. I was but a child.
Yeah, I'm not kissing.
so you're admitting that there's a Walter Mitty.
No. I think one thing I appreciated about this film that it brought back, or I think it brought the idea that you could enjoy and feel emotionally connected to a silent era picture, because at the time with superhero movies being at their peak and modern cinema having all these little tools and gizmos and gadgets, I mean, I think the following year, when did we get Avatar? Or
Oh wait,
Oh 08.
Oh
Before.
wait. Okay, so yeah, we're at the height of like film technology, and I feel like at this point, there's also this feeling of like, why go back and review things like classic cinema, and like, can it still punch today? And unless you're a cinephile, I feel like for the mass audiences, there really isn't a push to go and review those types of films. I think this one did something special where it was a bold creative choice. I don't know if it's enough that it should have garnered Best Picture. I think if Netflix,
best international picture, Rick, maybe
Yeah.
because it was a French film.
yeah, like
Singing in the rain.
no, The Artist.
The Artist. Sorry.
But I just feel like I can definitely see other films that are pushing the medium forward, where this one I think was just trying to pay honor to the
I like
era.
that. Yeah.
And you
Yeah.
know, I'll say that after watching The Artist, I was super surprised in myself that, you know, again, very early in my like cinema watching journey, I just realized that there was more out there, and I didn't have to look forward. I could look backwards and gain a lot from it.
Look, you're preaching to the choir, but at the end
That's
of the
good.
day, I like what
That's a
Rick
good way
said
to put
about
it.
the stakes being somewhere, right? As an example,
Yeah.
as a study, as a meditation on cinema, the same year, same nomination, and it's not because I'm biased, and it's not because it's tattooed on my arm or anything like that, but Hugo came out.
Oh.
Hugo explored the same thing. Hugo explored a man who went through being a director for silent pictures and an actor for silent pictures, and then when the silent pictures ended and the war started, he lost his way. George Méliès' story, which is really interesting, and I think, in my opinion, it humanizes. You still have to create a story around it. It's not solely about motion pictures. In fact, you don't really get the motion picture aspect to the third act. You're covering a man struggling through life. You're following a kid on his journey to discover family and love and purpose. Because his whole thing is purpose on the clocks. It gives me purpose to wind the clocks, because otherwise they won't work. And he's depressed at the thought of a robot, an automaton, a gear, and a clock not working. So finding purpose. You're packaging all that into a film like Hugo, and I think it has. I wouldn't say more intentionality. The Artist has a lot of intentionality. But there's a difference between homage versus telling a good story, right? And I wonder if The Artist was just solely paying homage. It does craft a story, but it is a story almost beat for beat that we've explored before.
I
So
just think
I
it
think
was-
as comparatively something like Hugo, I'm not even trying to compare it right now to Babylon but comparatively something like Hugo that's exploring the same thing, is more human. It
But
humanizes
I
it
think,
more.
you know, it's looking at the way that it was like plotted out. Because let's say if this wasn't plotted out as a silent picture, but it was plotted out as a regular film
Mm-hmm.
in color, the full aspect ratio and all that, I'd feel like if it kept the exact same beats and plot points, we'd probably feel like it's one it's a very soft padded version of that era.
Yeah.
And two, we'd probably
It didn't
feel
come yet.
like, yeah. And then two, we'd feel like it's almost cartoony the way that they're like envisioning all these situations where, you know, even when they show him and he's like, well, you think you can cancel me? I'll just make my own picture.
Yeah.
And he goes and it's this big old, what are they called? Him going into the jungle and
Yeah.
fighting beasts. And then he like sinks into a hole at the end. And I think at a certain point in time, things feel very cartoony.
Yeah.
But it said, if we're going to tell this story, I think the director wanted to say, if we're going to tell this story, let's use the tools that they had at the time. And again, it's just meant to reignite the love for that type of story.
I couldn't agree more, dude.
Yeah.
But again,
And I'm not saying, well, the thing is, I'm not trying to fight for why I think that this one deserves it over the other ones. Because I mean, I also watch, what is it called? Watching Moneyball, watching The Help, Extremely Loud. Like those ones, I felt like, man, had a big punch. And again, Hugo, super dynamic film. And to say that those didn't deserve the best picture like win
yeah.
compared to something like this, where I feel like those ones were, I mean, really taking the medium of where it's at right now and pushing it forward. You know, it's a weird toss.
Let me ask you something. Just to play devil's advocate, I have two films that come to mind that I wonder if they did a better job or just a different job. For some reason, right now, what came to mind with this film was the Johnny Depp film where he's playing the worst director or whatever.
Ed Wood.
Ed Wood, right?
Oh,
And we're talking about Ed Wood, and it's emulating an era,
Yeah.
and it's emulating a style,
Yeah.
right? Tim Burton's emulating a style of this director, of Ed Wood, arguably the worst film director of all time. But it's still emulating the era. It's maintaining a format. It's shooting.
Okay.
You know, is it doing a better job telling a story?
that's the question.
On the other side of the coin, or on the other side of the spectrum, the other film that that comes to mind is a film that I think we all kind of loved from this year, Nouvelle Vague. Nouvelle Vague is emulating an era. It's telling the story of the making of something. It's telling the behind the scenes, what a man is going through to get his picture made, how people perceive him. So they're emulating the style and the era that they're trying to pay homage to. Are they telling a better story than something like The Artist?
Oh man.
And
but
I know there's like the
don't- I
apples and
don't-
oranges conversation, and I know that
no, I feel like all the films you're describing, right? All of them had the exact same effect on me, which it got me more interested in the style.
did it immerse you like in the
That's the
Yeah.
it immersed you in the style, or did the style immerse you in the story?
I think the stories are different conversations
Yeah.
because I mean, even if you watch Ed Wood, which I just watched fairly recently,
Yeah.
you know, the way that the story is paced out and the beats and all that kind of stuff, it has its excitement, but because
It has
it's
its charm.
it has its charm, but because it's trying to stay so true to the style, there are times
Is it to a
where-
fault?
Yeah, it's to a fault, and you know, even like Nouvelle Vague, right?
Uh-huh.
When you watch that one, like it's super interesting, super dynamic style. But if you're just watching it in like in a void, right, where you're not thinking of anything else, I feel like all of them kind of suffer from like, well, is the intentionality there like super super strong as a singular film,
Yeah.
or is it really just trying to honor an era?
And I'm not-
I think
I'm not trying-
all of them,
Yeah.
all three of them are just doing their best to honor an era. Yes, Austin.
Before we go any further, your rating, sir.
Mine?
No, the laws, we haven't gotten it.
Yeah, we just got my like
Thoughts.
you know what we got is like when you're kicking a guy and he's like at the bottom of the pit and then he says hold on, and then that was just the hold on part, and then now we're kicking again. That's why I had to come in my combat boots. I gotta
You kicking back?
Yeah.
Cool.
Like 7-9. Yeah.
it's your pig too.
Fuck.
Look, it's all fair. And again, I don't want to play devil's advocate. I want to draw it back to the Oscar conversation because that's
I
the point
don't.
of this month. It's the point of this month.
I don't care.
It's not like meant to win an argument. It's meant to explore the best picture, the best director nominees,
Yeah,
and winners.
Agreed.
More than
Yep.
nominees, winners.
Agreed.
don't care.
Look, I could be wrong. I think Ed Wood won Best Picture that year too.
Nah.
Or at least Best... No, Ed Wood did get some Oscar love, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, that's one of the worst.
No, it's not. Ed Wood's a good movie.
Nah, dude.
What the fuck? Yes, it is. Of course it is. Best Supporting Actor and Best Makeup and Hairstyling. That's what it won.
Rick,
Yeah.
did
See,
you like Ed Wood?
Just like
This one,
No, Ed Wood.
I didn't finish it with.
See? That makes sense.
Did you like it? You just saw it?
I also saw it 15 years ago. So.
Yeah, when you should have saw it.
no, I liked it, but I did feel that
See?
it was
But-
like playing into its style to a fault because there was a certain point in time where it's also just a really weird film that it's
Yeah.
oddly styled, but that's just the way his films were.
Yeah.
Is that the pacing and the conversation, there were certain dynamics that didn't feel realistic, and then things would go wrong, and he just keeps talking in this weird kind of like out of place style.
The supporting role, the one that won, is it for the guy who played Bela Lugosi? That's who won for supporting?
Most likely.
Or,
He's looking.
For Ed Wood.
oh, for I forget. Landa?
Martin Landau. Yeah. Lando.
Calrissian?
Hmm?
Lando Calrissian?
No. He played the annoying guy in Entourage. The producer. The old guy.
Yeah, it was Martin Landa. I'm not sure if that's the guy.
Martin Landau. Anyways, he won?
Yeah.
Okay,
So
yeah.
what's your
So he
rating?
won for Ed Wood.
May I interest you?
Yeah,
Or how does he say that?
is that something that you might be interested in? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I would be interested in your rating.
I would be interested in my rating too. Yeah, I agree with all of you. I think this film has a ton of merit. I think like you're
For sure.
preaching to the choir of romanticizing an era and being like a filmmaker who, I mean, he shot the entire picture in the States, but all of the funding was French and Belgian. You know, like nobody was going to fund this movie if it wasn't for the French, and that's saying something. You know, nobody in America is interested. Studios aren't interested in telling a picture like this.
Making a silent movie.
In fact, I think this was a Harvey Weinstein film. This was Miramax, like distributing at the end of the day, and it was Harvey's back-to-back win. He had won Best Picture as a producer the year before that for The King's Speech, I think. So that's a commentary. I think that's saying something for like people like us who were like, man, but if a cinephile could have $10 million to tell the story of the silent era, that's fucking awesome, man. I can't deny that.
Hold on.
It's
Carlos, are you telling me we're about to hit the United States new wave?
oh gosh, yeah, apparently. Now I'm excited for the United States new wave. You kidding me, man?
I like the old wave.
The old wave, French old wave. So I think that it's a special film. I do think it's got a lot to say. I agree with Austin, and I think my feelings after the first act was like, I think it's just because it's so fresh in my head that I just rewatched Babylon, and that I rewatched Singing in the Rain recently, and they're two of my favorite pictures of all time. And I think and I'm a sucker for these films, by the way. I'm a sucker for films made about films.
But the
Okay.
question is it nostalgia or is it pushing this?
No, the question is, what's your rating?
Hey, relax. Everybody gave their 2 cents before they gave
Hey,
their
I'm with
rating. I'm
you.
doing
I'm
it.
hearing you out.
So I think that it did hit me with like in the conversation we constantly have about like did not produce the artist. Who was it? Who won?
His company acquired and distributed.
Oh, okay. They did in the U.S. Got it. I think we have that constant conversation on if we're gonna show film students
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's the.
this a film. Where does it land in the semester? And I think this. I think it lands somewhere in the first 4 weeks, first month. Maybe that's
Agreed.
the last film of the first month of the course.
I'm showing I'm Singing in the Rain instead of this.
Well, yeah.
Nah, that's a
maybe
little
this
later.
gets an honorable mention in class. No, but I think it has a ton to say. And I think if anything, it gives filmmakers hope that in 2011, 2012, a film like this could still get made. And I think that hope was renewed with
Oh, the listeners are gonna
with
love
Nouvelle
that.
Vague. I think that hope was renewed with Nouvelle Vague. That a film like Nouvelle Vague, also French made, also French financed, like it could get made. So I think there's still hope in that, and the fact that an independent film like The Artist could win Best Picture and Best Director and Best Actor. That's cool. It's like romantic for a filmmaker. Is it a great film comparatively in the scope of cinema? It's great, but it's not on the pantheon.
Yeah.
So I think it's got merit. I'll give this a 7, a flat 7.
A 7.
I think it's got a lot to say. I think you can watch it. I think it's a tight 90.
7.
Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this from a director's perspective. Since it won for Best Actor, what do you see that caught or might have been the reason?
I think there's a few different conversations. You pull up who won Best Director in this, because I mean, with actor we could have the conversation, but who won Best Director?
I mean, yeah, my bad.
No, you're right.
No,
it
but
goes
yeah,
hand in hand. Like
yeah.
I think the funky part about the Academy Awards, we were talking about this with like
Woody Allen.
No,
Yeah, look, Woody
No.
Allen for Midnight in Paris.
no, that's who got nominated, not who won. The winner was this dude.
No,
saying
yeah.
who else got nominated.
Well, you were asking who got nommed.
Oh, okay. Yes. Sorry. I thought you meant like
You were
Woody
asking
Allen
who got
won. I was like, no,
nommed.
there's 4 other dudes, man. No,
I was reading the list.
So I think that they go hand in hand. The funky part about the Academy Awards is that there's films that win or get nominated for Best Picture, and the directors don't get nominated.
Yeah.
And that's the biggest
It's weird.
controversy in the
It's
world.
weird.
I think it's the biggest controversy of the Oscars. It's not just because I'm a director. It's because
Doesn't
how
make
much
sense.
sense does that
Yeah, it
fucking
doesn't make
make?
sense.
Okay, but how do you have 10 Best Picture nods and only 5 directing ones?
Well, but I mean, you could have. There's been years that it doesn't cap at 5, isn't it? Or am I thinking of other categories?
Thinking of
I
other
think
categories.
other categories.
There's at least in recent memory, there's always been 10 Best Picture nods and only 5.
Right. I think it's kind of unfair. I think if film gets Best Picture is nominated, that director there better be some justification there. Look, we could wax poetic on how flawed the Oscar voting process is.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, what makes sense to me, based on your question, Castro, is if somebody wins Best Actor, I would hope that their director at least got a nomination. They had to have had something to do with that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like I mean, the director, like I think the definition we learned in film school is the
That's
author
like saying-
of a film.
The
Like,
author of a film, but it's in my hope, in my experience, there's different types of directors. Okay, there's directors that are more technical that kind of don't care about the actors. The actors are cattle to them. But I like to think myself as a actor's director. I hope I have incredible heads of departments handling that shit, so I can work with the actors.
No, I've seen it firsthand for sure. You're 100%.
And that's that. I think
An
that has to
actor's
go
director.
hand in hand. So if somebody wins Best Actor, I would hope that the director has to be in that conversation.
I might have to disagree because I'll
Yeah?
compare it to sports. They always say, if you win the championship, it has to do with the coach. But
Doesn't it? You guys were just having this whole conversation about
No,
coaches
I
getting
think
fired this year.
The player still has to play. The actor still has to act in front of the camera. He still has to bring it. Whereas the director could only give you so much direction and info. I'm with you. I'm with you. Yes, director is a
That's
big
both.
deal, but I
It's
don't
both.
think it kind of falls in hand.
So it turns into that. Who were the Patriots? Was it Brady or Belichick?
Exactly. That's my point.
That's the argument.
That's my argument. Like
What I like about
for
that
sure.
argument, what I like about that argument is Scorsese says that 90% of directing is casting. And I think you're right. I think if I pick the right actor,
Exactly.
we're on the same page, they connect with the material, we're on the same page about the material, I probably don't have to do a ton of directing.
Exactly.
Right? On set. But the intention is still there. The first domino was flicked by the director. The director set up the
But
dominoes.
you're saying it goes hand in hand. I mean, he has best actor.
Think he had to do with anything with
Exactly.
LeBron's support?
Exactly. Having 3 superstars on your team, you think he had something to do with it?
Yeah. No, but okay. I think at the end of the day, somebody like this director versus, who was it? Woody Allen, Scorsese for Hugo. Woody Allen did Midnight in Paris this year, man. That's an incredible picture. But no matter how you feel about that guy,
Yeah.
that film is incredible. Alexander Payne, who the holdovers, we were just talking about him. Terrence Malick, who I'm a little on the fence about. His films just don't sit right with me. And then it's not because isn't he the dude from Monty Python?
Who's this dude? Who's this?
Yeah, he was in Monty Python, wasn't he? I think so, or am I thinking of somebody else?
His card on his IMDb just a little goofy.
I might be wrong. There's another Terrence that's in Monty Python. He's a director too. He's a film director. That's why it's throwing me off. But anyways,
Yeah.
Terrence Malick did a film called like Song for Song or Song of Song or something like that. Terry Gilliam. That's the Monty Python guy. He did a Song for Song with like Ryan Gosling and what is it called? That movie really it made me feel weird. I just didn't like it. I just didn't like his directing style. But anyways,
okay.
neither the case. Terrence Malick is a favorite amongst a lot of people. I think he did Fear and Loathing also, didn't he? Fear and Loathing Las Vegas.
Oh, he's that type.
I could be wrong, but I think he did that picture too. Or maybe I'm confusing him with Terry Gilliam.
What's
Yeah, I feel like
happening,
maybe,
Carlos?
Maybe.
I don't know any of these.
Anyways,
But look at his photo. It's kind of
point
funny.
is, these guys versus
Emilio
You
Estevez.
look like Tom Segura.
Emilio.
he does look like Tom Segura.
I swear to God.
These guys versus it is Terry Gilliam. I'm confusing him with. Okay, yeah, those two dudes just Mike wires crossed with those two guys.
Fair enough.
Little glitch.
I think somebody like Woody Allen or Scorsese or maybe even Alexander Payne. I've never seen The Descendants, so I don't know. I think there's more to say in a film like Hugo and a film like Midnight in Paris. Those are preferences, and it sounds ridiculous, man. It sounds like the filmy dude, going against the artist just sounds weird, right? But
when we talk about like Oscars, right? It's also a weird conversation because an Oscar winner is not going up against everything that's gone prior to it.
Sure.
It's going up against what's there at that time. And, I feel like the winner is usually just the loudest voice in the room. I mean, we talk about campaigning and we
Yes.
talk about what kind of
Yes.
conversation is
Yes.
stirring because of it. I just know that at the time I watched it, which was like, it was definitely after it had come out. And I remember, hearing people saying like, oh, well, why is a silent movie coming back all of a sudden? Why is that winning
Yeah.
Best Picture? But again, it was because it was like, oh, but it's causing the conversation of like, look at that era and all that.
hold on,
Now,
based on your argument,
Yes.
based on your, it's competing against what's nominated that year.
yeah.
That's what's throwing me. After rewatching The Artist this time around, there's nothing that jumped out at me on the screen.
No, but I'm just saying that the conversation of look what it's doing to reignite the conversation of silent era pictures. I think that conversation was louder, and that's why I can see it being pushed to the front of the campaign. But
Yeah.
then when we put it in the conversation of all films, then you can even look at that year and say there were stronger films made in that era,
Yeah, and if we go with the director argument, or we go like,
Because that's where we even talk about other films that get made that they're not bad films, but they're the political pick that year. And it's like that year it made sense why that one would win. But am I going to be going back to that one because it's like on a pantheon, or is it because in a weird way
definitely
it's
gets-
because
it
it's
definitely
the
gets
easy
influenced.
pick. It's
Yeah.
because it's the Hollywood film
Yes.
that is celebrating Hollywood and cinema and what it did, and that's not always fair. You know what I'm saying?
But
Because
that's what
again,
happens with the
it is what happens. But this is part of what's wrong with the system. This is part of what's wrong with something like Babylon not getting any love in the Oscars.
None.
And that's
Ishikaka.
it's a strange situation there, man, because it's highlighting the underbelly of Hollywood in a sense, but it's saying so much more.
Yeah.
And that's how cinema should be celebrated, not what campaigning does or doesn't.
Damn,
I can see your
bro.
point. I can see your point of
And I
maybe
think-
this is the easiest one to say, vote for this one. It's majestic
I
and
just
grand,
think
and
at the-
it talks about Hollywood.
when
and
it
movies.
won, I think that's what
Yeah.
probably happened. I mean, and we've talked a little bit about it. I know if you go back to previous episodes, we've talked about Oscar campaigning.
Yeah.
And the whole thing is that at the end of the day, these are like they run like beauty pageants. As long as
Right.
you have the right campaigning, the right team behind them, and
You're saying the
studios-
right things in
you're
the
saying the right
interviews.
things.
You're
Yeah.
It's gonna win.
It's
And I
hitting
mean,
all the
it's
notes for
not
the
that
world.
it's the best film ever made. I mean, Oscars, we put a lot of respect into it because we still believe that the Academy is doing their part in like screening films
Please
to
be
pick
doing
the
that.
best one. Yeah, curating.
Let's put it
cinema.
this way: it's not the Academy's fault in the sense in the bigger scheme of things. It's the voters' fault, and the voters is anybody who gets invited into the Academy. That could be, I don't know, Tom Holland. That could be any actor who's hot right now. That could be any director who's hot
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah. And again,
Yeah.
I think for where this one just sits so differently amongst all of them, I think then it explains why it won the best picture. And like even with my rating, I'm not trying to justify that it's doing anything to push the medium forward because
Yeah.
it isn't.
It's a fair
not.
rating.
It's not. It's not bringing back anything. All it's doing
Or-
is just reminding us what the past could do. And I think that's also why Nouveau Vague, something that came out this year,
Didn't get any
isn't
love.
going to get any love because it's probably the same conversation. It's reigniting that style, the French New Wave, and sure, for people who weren't aware of it, seeing somebody
Let
like
me-
Linklater do a French New Wave film is super interesting. But it's
me
going to
ask you
hit well
some-
with film students.
something
Not
to
gonna hit- well, yeah.
do you think that in this scenario, and the scenario Nouvelle Vague, I guess also, if we think about it, the films that we deem as pushing the medium forward are usually technically outweighing the rest in that conversation. There's nothing technical about this film. I mean, it didn't get a best cinematography nod.
Yeah, no.
It didn't get a best sound as a sound mixing, sound editing. It didn't get any of the technical awards.
Actually, I thought it did get a nod for cinematography.
Did it? I don't think it did. Did it?
I
It
thought
might
it
have.
did.
Oh, well, you're right. It got 12 nominations, but it didn't win for it, right?
Yeah, because it wasn't pushing the needle forward when it came to like.
I think Robert Richardson won for Hugo actually this year for
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
cinematography.
It
it
did
did.
get a-
It did get a nom.
It did get a nod, but I think that isn't that the pattern? It has,
Yeah.
and that's kind of the point of the Academy Awards, isn't it? The well-rounded film, the film that we deem to be the best one of the year, is good in all capacities.
Yeah.
In the technical, in the creative, in the
Well, you
artistic.
kinda
like
have to
this year we're
nowadays.
talking about Sinners. being
Sinners,
that.
or
Sinners
one battle
have-
after another.
Yeah.
One battle, will it win for cinematography because it's bringing back an old format to do something new?
No, Sinners is gonna take it.
Because it shoots in brand new IMAX cameras versus shooting on VistaVision.
And like saying at the time, it looks prettier and
What's
kinda-
that conversation?
or
What's
it's
that
more-
perspective there?
poppy.
I think what's interesting is that when you talk about like the ASC and the way that they vote on cinematography, I heard that Train Dreams is getting a lot of love by them
Train
because
Dreams.
that one's again it's a new way to conceptualize cinematography.
Texas director, by the way.
Yeah,
Hey,
it's a new way
shout
to
out.
conceptualize cinematography, and it's like by cinematographers voting on like what they believe is the best cinematography, and sometimes it's people who are using old technology, new techniques. Like when I talked about The Lighthouse, that one got a lot of love by the cinematography fans because it was like, oh my god, there's so much here that are techniques that you had to go through so much to get that format to work again. The lenses that he used, all these like
Yeah.
super vintage lenses, lighting it completely differently based on the lens choices. So it's using old technology, but it's having to re-understand the techniques.
Did it
just
win
to
that
be-
year?
I think it might
The
have.
Lighthouse?
That's good.
But for something like One Battle After Another, I mean, you know,
Using old
VistaVision.
techniques.
Yeah, you
to
have
tell a
to
new
you
story.
have to get all these pros in their field. And I mean, we were on set with them, but like when you talk about any crew member there, it was like, oh yeah, this guy's the best in the world. Like
Right,
nobody can
right.
beat them. But they even had to learn how to use a technology that just wasn't.
It did
being-
win.
But
Yeah.
you think the Academy is still
No, but
relevant?
I'm just saying for that
For
for
that.
cinematography, it's a different conversation. Just like in acting, you know, an actor, it's like the actor who acted the best that year is going to show all other actors like this is a peak of what you're going to be studying from their process, everything. I think in cinematography it's the same way. For best picture, those are the categories that get pushed in this weird wash where I mean, are you saying that they're a better author and it's a better story, or are you just saying it's the best conversation about cinema this year? And
What you should pay attention to, what I try
Yeah,
to
that's
pay
the scary
attention to
part.
when it comes to campaigning, and they all come around the same time, is if you're paying attention to a category that you particularly love, like if I'm paying attention to directing, I'm usually right before the Academy Awards or right before the Academy Award nominations, I'm paying attention to DGA Awards. If you're into cinematography, you're paying attention to the ASC Awards.
Yeah.
And those are kind of more informative, the SAG Awards or the BAFTAs. You know, like
because
you're
those are people in that category voting for that category.
specifically.
okay.
And I feel like that's where you're saying this is the best that we've seen that year of our specific category.
Yeah.
So for someone like best picture, because it's such a homogenized award, that's where
Yeah.
it gets a little
muddled.
A little muddled.
I agree. That might be an
yeah,
interesting
yeah.
perspective. But again, I mean, pay attention to the full scope. And that's why we encourage people that when the Oscars roll around, don't just pay attention to the Oscars. See the films.
Yes.
First of all, make your own opinion, form your own opinion. And then pay attention to what other masters in their craft are saying and why that matters. And I think it makes you a better filmmaker. I think it makes you a better
Yeah.
cinephile to say, like, well,
Yes,
I'm forming my
yes.
own opinion, but if my
Also-
opinion is aligning with other cinematographers who agree with this voting, or you know,
Yeah.
or other directors in the DGA that are voting for their
That's why
direct
Guillermo
peers.
del Toro doesn't screen them. He just tells his best friends.
Yeah.
He screens them for his best friends.
Yeah.
He doesn't have like screenings.
I'd love to do that for the
Yeah.
rest of my career. Yeah, I think something in the spirit of that conversation, I think something like The Artist will be. I don't want to say a footnote because I'm not trying to diminish the film, but I don't
No,
think.
but it's to me, it does what like again we talked about with the other reference films. It's meant to say if you enjoy this, if this kind of reignited something for you, look back, look at what that era looked like.
Sure.
And
So it's a introduction to this world,
Yes.
in a sense.
like I might not be able to, because
Oh, dude, I have friends who can't stand silent pictures. I have friends who can't stand black and white pictures.
but
And some of the best cinephiles I know, by the way, and they're like, I can't do anything before 1960, dude. It's just not for me.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
You're
but-
missing out on a whole
And
world,
again,
man.
if
Like a
this-
whole
if-
world.
If let's say all I can do is show like this film and not say this is the best silent movie you'll ever see, because
but
there's
it's-
so many out there.
It's gonna help you appreciate.
But it's like, if this is all you see, at least you can see what that did.
Isn't that, oh man, this is great. Isn't that where the safe lands? Where the safeness of a film lands, like you were saying earlier, because it's palatable.
It's very
It's
palatable.
universal.
It's
universal
almost
topic.
like borderline a family picture.
It really is.
Because, there's no swearing, there's no excessive violence. I mean, there's the
Nudity.
nod towards like him killing himself, but I mean, the dog saves the day in one of the scenes.
Right.
Like, I mean, it's very, very safe. But again,
And
it's
palatable for the general audience member. It's
All
not a
around- all
cinephile's
around, yeah.
film. I don't think. I mean, it can be because it's celebrating cinema in a special way in the mainstream way.
and it's not too abstract. It's not impossible to understand and impossible to keep up with. There was times where like I feel like I missed a cue card, like the
Yeah.
words, and because of the way the film was composed, I could just go back into it, and it wasn't hard, and it wasn't hard to understand the emotions
Yeah.
or what was going on, and I think
you can only get so complex.
yes,
But for instance, we saw a Chaplin film recently on 16 millimeter. I forget the name of the film, but it's about Chaplin's character getting drunk.
and
Like-
that's gonna be on the Pantheon, something from that era, something that like
No, I just mean it took more risks.
Yeah.
Story wise, right?
Yes.
It was comedic, but it had a little more to say. It wasn't super safe. And it's a silent picture. It's conveying the same type of, or it's conveying a specific message through this medium. But I think with the artist, I think what's bothering me, I don't know if it's bothering you guys. I think what's bothering me about the artist is if I saw this film on Netflix and it was buried deep in Netflix, it didn't get any love, didn't get any attention, and I discovered it.
Okay.
Oh, cool! This is cool. But because it got so much acclaim,
Oh,
kinda
that's
like,
what it's kind of like.
ah,
You're not seeing it. Why?
I think it'd be great if it was just like we found it buried under a bunch of other indies, and it's like, oh, this is great, man. This is really cool. Like, have you seen this? Yeah, cool. Anyways, so
is
but because it got 12 nominations, that's 4 away from the record-breaking 16 that Sinners broke this year.
Yeah.
That's a lot of nominations.
It's nowhere near
And
close to
it
that.
won 5 of the major ones. It's kind of like, oh,
okay.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
And here, I feel like it's pretty parallel in conversation. 5 years.
in 5 years.
Are we going to be talking about Nova Vogue?
I think we will.
I think cinephiles will. I think
I think we'll be talking about this film in like 5 years' time because we've been talking about it since 2011. But
You've been talking about it in 2011.
okay,
I've only saw it in like
now
2020.
See what happened, and you're not going to out me. You just did.
I saw it in 2020, dude. Like it's been 6 years.
Yeah,
Get the last.
and we're
Dragon.
talking about it. But
But
I-
also
I-
think about how you rated it the first time you watched it. If you
Oh,
if that was
that's interesting.
if that was the last time
That's
you
the
saw
definition of the Walter Mitty effect.
Yeah.
Isn't
because
it?
if you rewatch it, it's no longer that great. You're not going to talk about it no
no,
more.
but I liked what it did. Like I still enjoy
But you
it.
gave it a 7.5 or what was it?
7.9.
7.9. You gave it a 7.9, dude.
I put it below 8 because I can't justify that this is pushing anything forward.
Same.
But I put it close to an 8 because I feel like, again, what it does do is if you were needed to go and like say what can the silent era really do for me?
Right.
You watch this one and it's a cool introduction. Like, and it's not an introduction from that time. It's just saying like, look, it's HD, so it's not gonna look like ass. The music's fun.
Right.
It's gonna be clear. Like, it's basically giving you the best foundation to say, go watch a silent movie. But and then plus they talk at the end. It's cute. It's comical.
it's cheeky.
It's cheeky.
Cheeky.
But
And-
again, is that what we're comparing it to in the sense of in the conversation of cinema, in the conversation of the Olympics of cinema, and not just the Academy Awards, man. I just mean in the conversation of time.
I just think when you have that type of like a safe ending, you can't have it. Or when it's like they went the safe route, no.
And if they go the safe route, and if it was intended to be a family picture, then fine, because we're still talking about the Little Rascals 30, 40 years
Yeah,
later.
but like
And
you even
Speed
brought it
Racer.
up, Carlos. Babylon, he does it. They show it. He shoots himself.
Yeah. I mean, it's going beat for beat through the exact same things as Singing in the Rain. Babylon was intentional because it's emulating all the fluffy, fun parts of Singing in the Rain to say, hey, the reality behind your fluffy little picture is that this shit actually happened and people died and people were outed of the industry and people were going to these crazy parties and doing all these crazy things. But Singing in the Rain is cute, right? And that's the point of Babylon. And I think that there's no safety. There's no safety net in Babylon. And I think that's what people didn't like about it. And like the commentary you and I were talking about earlier about like the literally the elephant shit to open the film, because this thing's a shit show, like a circus that nobody. I mean, there's so much commentary in Babylon and more intentionality, I think, and more risks. And I think filmmakers
That's what it is.
filmmakers who get remembered in the longer conversation of time take risks.
Take risk, and this one was too safe.
Yeah.
Also, as a curiosity, do you guys know anything that this director made outside of The Artist?
I did not.
It doesn't matter that he's a French director, man. We study foreign cinema. I know nothing else. Does this mean that this guy... I'm not saying he had like a one-hit wonder. I'm just saying in the conversation of cinema, is he regarded as one of the greats? He won a Best Directing Oscar before Martin Scorsese or after, right after. After. Is he a great in cinema?
He's not talked about.
It's yet to be seen, right? I don't know him
He made
outside of The Artist.
Precious Cargoes.
What is that? He did a film called Final Cut.
That
Edited with
went through
Final
3
Cut.
drafts.
I'm just saying, in the longer conversation of cinema, and I know you're not fighting for this film to be like, oh no, you guys are crazy, it's the greatest thing in the world. You're admitting that,
It's a nice little base to get you guys back to.
get you going into the conversation of cinema. But I guess, look, he made a film about Godard. This dude seems to have a pattern on making cinema about cinema, and that's cool, man. I applaud you. I respect you, man, because like,
But I mean, that the new one about Godard is probably better than this.
yeah, Final Cut. What is this? Well, it premiered at Cannes. I don't know.
About making film.
I don't. Yeah, you see, there's a thing there. There's a thing, and then look, I'm not trying to knock films about films. Truffaut made a great film called Day for Night that Godard hated. It ended the friendship between Godard and Francois Truffaut. I mean, but he took risks. Fellini did Fellini Satyricon and what's the other one? Fellini in Conversation, a meta film about him directing on the soundstage. Like these guys did some risk taking things that I think will continue to be. Let me put it to you this way: if we respect a medium like this, why isn't The Artist having conversations about like the Criterion treatment, for instance? Amongst cinephiles, like I think it's a safe film. I think it's a safe film that's like being packaged in a cinephile kind of packaging.
I'm not trying to argue for it not being safe, and I'm not trying to argue for it being on the Pantheon. I feel like we can all agree that this doesn't like elevate itself beyond an 8, and it seems like rating wise it did that. I think if we're the actual guy?
The actual
Gilbert?
actor that this is based on, John Gilbert, who
he just
who
died of an alcohol.
Brad Pitt played in Babylon. That dude died at the age of 36 because of alcoholism. And Douglas Fairbanks, the other dude, was a chain smoker who died at 56.
That's what that
because
means?
of incessant smoking.
Oh, incessant. Okay.
Click on John Gilbert. Like, what did he look like?
He looked like Brad Pitt in Babylon. I swear, dude.
Oh man, this guy looks like a hero.
Well, he was.
Till
He was
wasn't?
a legend of the silent pictures, John Gilbert.
Really?
He was opposite Greta Garbo. all the
Yeah,
time,
he was
right?
opposite Greta Garbo.
She made the
Absolutely.
transition.
He looks like a man of a few
She
words.
made it through. He didn't. You're right.
Oh, so that's what the whole thing is that this guy.
He didn't make it through. But look at the pictures of his films. He's a swashbuckler. He's a, he's the guy in the jungle. Look at the top picture. He's the cowboy. Yeah, this is cool.
Wow.
John Gilbert.
That's sad.
Look, I
artist.
agree with you, though. I think you and I watching this in the early trajectory of our film careers was like, Oh, dude,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
It's so cool. And it's romantic of us to be like, oh, man, this is so great.
Well-
and it gives you this fuzzy feeling. It does. It gives you this fuzzy feeling on like, well, it all works out in the end.
Well, gang, we're finally done with that stinker. What do you want to watch next on the Tower Cast?
What's next in category? I don't even know.
Probably
What's up
cinematography.
No,
some
look,
other
by all intents and
bullshit
purposes, if you
category
haven't
they
seen
should
The
add to
Artist,
commercials.
go watch The Artist. At the end of the day,
It's a nice little
Oh,
nostalgia.
it's a 90-minute film. You're not wasting a ton of time. No, it's a great film packaged in 90 minutes. You're gonna breeze right through it. You're gonna feel good about it. You're gonna feel good about the fact that you got through a 90-minute silent film and it made you feel good and it made you feel the emotions it was intending to.
Yeah, you'll have the same fuzzy feeling I have right now. Next week,
Next week.
Damn, you want to
Best
really
cinematography.
turn the
Well, I was
page?
about to say, if you don't know yet, I think the only other person in this room that knows her pick is me.
I know mine.
Oh, okay, what is it?
What are we
between
what's next
two.
week? Who? Delo? Cinematography?
Between two.
You're between two. What are they? The audience wants to know, Delo.
Best cinematography, a category that was once talked about putting during commercial break.
This is true,
So was
sadly.
editing.
Sadly, but
Yeah,
true.
well,
Us director and actor types are safe, Castro.
film's going in the toilet anyway. Next week, I'm between Zorba the Greek,
Hundreds
which
of
I
things,
studied in
big
film
ass
school.
titties.
It was one of the last
Skin in
films, I
between.
believe, to
Zorba
win.
the Greek.
Yeah,
With
win
Anthony
best-
Quinn. He's from El Paso, by the way.
Yeah,
Just FYI.
one of the last ones to win best cinematography in the black and white category.
Oh, that's cool.
When they still separated them both, black and white and
color.
color. And Black Narcissus, which
Oh,
you're
please,
excited
let's do
about.
Black Narcissus.
Well, last time somebody else picked for our category, it didn't work out. So I'm gonna just stick to my guts.
Hey man, if they have blackface on this thing,
Dude,
I'm
but
not watching
Black
it.
Narcissus is gorgeous. The painted backdrops and the wide. Oh God, dude, it's Powell and Pressburger at their peak.
I want this
Yeah,
one.
I thought the
Let's
artist
do
was a
this
good
one.
choice too.
I saw
So
Zorba the Greek, man. I wanted to shoot myself.
That's a
We're
statement.
doing
That's a
Black
statement that I'll.
Narcissus.
Hey,
Narcissist.
we'll
That's a
do this on
statement.
camera to remain accountable. We're all gonna give the law a hug,
100%.
and we're
No.
gonna tell him we're still friends
we're
and that
gonna
we
watch,
love him.
We're watching Black Narcissus, 1947's
The other one is crap.
Narcissus.
I want Zorba. And I wanted to kill myself.
He wanted to eat a bullet, bro.
We're just gonna watch
He
Black
wanted to
Narcissus.
swallow a bullet after.
Best cinematography
Buddy, no,
in color that year.
we want to explore with you. So pick
If
what you want.
have any more suggestions, put them in the same box that I put them in because they'll at least get talked about.
I'm very sorry, Dylan.
You want to do Zorba? We'll do Zorba, buddy.
After that, we're gonna move on to the best acting category. Castro,
Are we actually?
yes.
So what are you picking? Have you picked?
The pianist.
We already covered that one.
Yo,
What
We
the
did
fuck
last
you mean?
year.
No, we did
Moron.
last year. Hey,
For real?
moron,
Hey,
No, we didn't.
yes,
Yes,
we
we
did.
dude. We talked about the pianist.
No, we did not.
Yes,
fucking
we
did.
No, we did not.
Yes, because
Nope.
it was.
Bring it
we
up.
thought that it was
Bring
going to
it
be
up.
a good pairing because we were talking about the Brutalist. Remember?
Bring up
And
the
that was the
episode.
last
We don't
time
have to
that
argue
Brody
about
won.
this.
No, I don't remember.
let's look up Tower Productions, the pianist.
No, not the penis, Rick.
Oh, damn it. I already clicked it.
Austin's picture comes up.
I'm like 80% sure we haven't.
Wow.
80? Damn, son. No wonder you gamble. Look at this.
Click in the middle
Oh, wow. We did. Okay. My apologies.
on the penis.
What's funny is that you're not even proving anything because it's not coming out
Wait a
anywhere.
minute.
Scroll
God,
down.
That's
jeez.
what I'm looking at, too.
I love
Scroll
how this is
down.
when we like
The
changed up
pianist.
the setting and it was you here, me and Custer on a couch over there. I don't remember that setup
I
whatsoever.
love it, man. We
This
changed
was
it.
only 11 months ago, man. It wasn't even a year ago.
Yeah, man. Come on. How many movies is that?
Because it was for our Oscars. Like we
Yeah,
were
that's
talking
true.
about The Brutalist is coming out.
Right.
We're gonna talk about Best Actor. It's gonna pair well with Adrian
He'll,
Brody.
Yeah,
he'll
yeah, yeah.
think about it.
Yeah, my bad, my
we
bad.
doing
I was wearing the same shirt.
for editing
Dunkirk.
Dunkirk. Christopher Nolan's Dunkirk. And are we doing a Best Picture one?
Yeah, we're gonna
Yeah.
do the previous one.
Lenora. Honora. Fuck yeah, man.
Porno.
Dude.
And then we
I
have
always
our-
thought it was just a weird win.
We can only go up from here, guys.
If it makes you feel any better, Castro, I watched Red Rocket, which was his film before the Florida Project, I think. It weirded me out so much, man. It's about a porn star, essentially.
The Florida Project?
No, Red Rocket
Oh, Red Rocket.
with Simon Rex. And he's basically grooming a girl to come into the porn industry with him. It's so strange, dude.
What's it called?
it's not a bad film. It's actually good, but it's like that ending makes you feel really uneasy. Anyways, next week we'll cover one of these two great picks by my friend and collaborator, famed cinematographer Michael De La O.
We're doing Black Narcissus because
Dude,
it feels like the better pick.
I'm scared to talk about this one, but I might have a pick.
Which one?
Manchester by the Sea.
Oh, dude, yes, please.
Oh.
Yes, please.
I've been dying.
It's gonna be.
I've been dying to
hard,
cover
bro.
this film
That's
on
gonna
this
be
podcast.
hard,
dude.
bro.
Castro,
I'm scared.
Castro.
I'm scared.
It's just
For
so
years, I've been wanting to cover that film on this podcast.
Same.
Everybody has been like,
I know.
we don't want to be the
It's a
one to
great
bring it.
reason. It was Casey Affleck's first
Yeah.
Oscar,
And
first and only.
It's such a tough story.
I
I'm
think
so
all
down.
of us have been scared to bring it.
Yeah.
I'm down
I was
if you're
scared to
down.
bring The Artist.
You didn't. I did.
So yeah.
I took the leap. You still get another pick. You're welcome.
So yeah, that's.
I picked something
I
once.
picked something once.
Hey, The Artist was better than Speed Racer. I was just saying.
Whoa! Hey, Grizzly, I do not agree.
Grizzly Bear. Let us know what you think of The Artist. Let us know if we're wrong. We might very well be. Cinema subjective.
No,
That's the best thing about art. Let us know if you agree.
Also, we're building up to our Oscars big episode where we're going to recap all of the films.
We are.
But up till then, I think with each of these categories, start putting in your predictions for what's going to win this year.
Yes, I
we
always
talked
love that.
about
Yeah.
Best Picture, former Best Picture
I
winner.
love that.
Or Best Director winner. Who do you think is going to get Best Director this year?
PTA. Next question.
Okay, cool.
No,
And the winner's gonna get a Tower shirt.
And a hug by me.
Hold up. Hold up. We ain't got nothing left.
We gotta hold on. We gotta print some out. Ricky will personally come and give you a hug. No, but
We can ship
we
to
did
any
do
of the
that. Let us know if you
50
guys
United
want us to
States.
do that again. We did a lottery one year, and then we gave away some tickets or something.
And don't forget,
Yeah.
the night after the Oscars, our live.
We go live. Let us know what you think about that. Share it with everybody. We want a bunch of you guys to get on YouTube or
Facebook and Instagram.
and
Yes.
just comment your thoughts on the Oscars, just like we'll be talking about. So please, we typically have a good crowd. We typically have a good amount of people chiming
We
in.
don't
So
care where
we'd
you
love
at.
for you to
The
be a part of that.
shower, the toilet.
I thought you were going to go with countries. Like, we don't care where you're at, Germany or Switzerland.
No,
but you're
that's why
like,
it's like, I don't care if you're on a toilet in Germany, a toilet
Exactly.
in France, a toilet in Australia, where the water goes backwards.
thank you
I
guys
thought about that too. Why did I think about that?
for tuning into the Watchtower Film Podcast. We'll talk to you next week. Good night, ladies and gentlemen.
Night, everybody.
Now everybody give the law a hug.
No.
Come on, buddy. Come here. Come on. Come on.
Get over
Go.
We're
here.
gonna hug.
Come get
Get
your
your butt
hug.
over here.
Give her a hug.